up here, we have some Irish, we have Greek, and we have West African, right? So Poseidon we know about. He's probably the most famous of all these. He's not just a sea god. He is representation of humanity's fear of the ocean itself manifest. Ancient sailors depended on the sea for food, for trade, for exploration, all these things. But the ocean would sometimes destroy entire fleets without even like a warning about it. So it became tough. So Poseidon became this manifestation, right, of how we master the fear. That we get some type of control over the ocean. That's what he becomes. He represents that for us. His authority is over the creatures, the storms, the earthquakes, the navigational route, and the coastal kingdoms. He gets the coastal kingdoms too. I don't know why that is. So compared to him, obviously the deep is lacking a lot, like no storm ability and all that stuff. You don't actually have any authority, but you have that mess. You are a representative of the sea. Now, the next one we look at is Yemoja. This is the Yoruba representation, and she's really, really different. She's not all that power and dominance. She's relationship. She's relationship with the people, with the ocean itself, and everything that comes between. So she's protection, she's fertility, she's healing, she's ocean life, 100%. Like rather than ruling the ocean, she's also portrayed as being a central being who's connected to it, almost a part of it. And that's a different lens from the deep as well. Is he connected to him? Throughout the boys, he shows genuinely emotional attachment to a lot of marine animals. Like he was in love with Ambrosia, right? Who was his friend? Timothy, man. Like I still shudder to think about what happened to poor Timothy, man. Knowing that your home, I can imagine him sitting there and someone tells my homeboy, yeah, eat him. And I'm like, nah, dude, don't eat him alive. And you actually go about doing it while I'm screaming. I didn't realize it's going to happen. I had no idea I needed to be afraid of my own homeboy consuming me one day. And Timothy didn't think that either. But that's what happened. So he represents like a really weird, sexualized, like, and that goes back to the knock on. I believe still that goes back to like the criticism of Aquaman. I think he was the first one who was called a fish guy in that way. So I think that's where that all comes from, which is still fine. And they've tried to change Aquaman a couple times. And I got to say, I don't like any version of Aquaman. I don't know what it is, guys, but I can't get over it. Namor is my favorite. Like, I love Namor. I've read a lot of Namor. He was an Avenger. So I didn't like the new MCU version of Namor, but I get it. It wasn't like horrendous or anything like that, but it wasn't necessarily my cup of tea. So I mean, even like I said, they made like the version that they came out that I grew up with, like that whole Justice League thing with Batman, Superman, like all that was so bony. I never liked any part of that. So I was never able to enjoy that. But that's essentially what the Deep is up against. This is kind of who he compares to. These are the archetypes. I'm gonna have these each one of these infographics uploaded at the channel. So if you guys ever, think it's useful to use these, like they're there for you, I actually want you guys to use these things and spread them around. Like at least be like, yeah, I got them from the homie over at Nine World Chronicles, right? All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit more here, and I got a fun section where I'm going to kind of chill out a little bit, and let's bring my